Our first task in the textbook is to really understand what is economics. Um, the textbook here says economics is the science of choice, exploring the choices made by individuals and organizations. There's lots of definitions, all totally acceptable. One that I learned when I was a young econ student is economics is a study of how societies use scarce resources to produce valuable commodities and distribute them among different people. Another one from Merriam-Webster.com is it's a social science concerned chiefly with description and analysis of production, distribution, and consumption of goods and services. I think the main point here is to understand that economics is trying to understand scarcity and understand how to make decisions when there is scarcity. So let's talk about scarcity. Scarcity is the idea that the resources we use to produce goods and services is limited. Let me give an example. Your time. You obviously only have 24 hours in a day. So you have limited time. You have to decide what's the best use of your time. For me, some of that time obviously is going to be working. Some of it's going to be doing things like sleeping, maybe perhaps eating. And so I have to figure out how to allocate those out of those 24 hours, what's the best use of my time under conditions of scarcity. Also, another example is water. We don't have unlimited fresh water, so we have to decide as a society, what are we going to do with our fresh water? Are we going to use it for agriculture? Are we going to wash our cars with it? Or do we have enough for both? Do we have enough water to trade and ship it overseas? Obviously, we don't have unlimited water, so we have to make decisions on what to do with the scarce amount of water we have. So economics, it's basically the study of choices when there is scarcity, and usually pretty much every resource I can think of has some degree of scarcity. So economics is going to help us make a decision of how to best allocate those resources. So here's some examples of scarcity and trade-offs associated with them. You obviously have a limited amount of time, so each hour in your job means you have one less hour to study or play. Or the reverse is every time you study or play, you obviously have one less hour to work. Obviously land is also scarce, so if a city decides to build housing instead of a park or vice versa, they obviously have to make a decision what to do, what's the best way to use land. And you obviously have a scarce amount of income. You don't have unlimited money. No one has unlimited money. So if you spend $17 on a CD, that's just 17 less dollars you have to spend on other things. So economists look at scarcity in a large manner as a society. What do we do with certain resources? And also on a micro level, what do you do with your scarce resources and how do you make decisions? And also businesses as well. How's the business utilize the resources and how do they best allocate them? That's basically what economics is.